Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. Saka here, and welcome back to another episode of Motorsport Manager. And when we last left off, we cleaned up the front office and got ready for Season 5. Vancouver is going to be our first race of the season. Looks like softs and ultra softs are going to, or super softs and ultra softs are going to be the tires that we're going to use for the race. And with the high tire wear, it looks like we are going to practice on softs for sure. I don't know with qualifying if tires are going to be a thing, but looking at our sponsors, we can either take a near guaranteed 400 grand or chance the $1.3 million. And I don't think, with the car conditions in this race, with people falling out of it, is way too unpredictable. I'll go with a safe 10th or above. The cars have been fitted with the correct parts. We've got Falco in the best equipment, and our new driver, Enrique Lara, will struggle a little bit on part reliability, but we'll baby it and see what we can do from there. So I will see you after qualifying. Qualifying is done, ladies and gentlemen, and even though I'm not a fan of qualifying, or at least the three-stage qualifying, Falco on the pole and Lara in third. Now we're locked to the ultra soft tires that we qualified on, but we practice on super soft, so that's going to be our go-to. Looking at the car setup, we've got 23 laps of fuel and 28 laps to go. So a one fuel stop strategy looks to be the way. We are not pushing the engines quite so bad, because, you know, they're low and broken cars, essentially. We couldn't weight strip them, couldn't do really anything with them. But I'm excited to see how this race is going to play out. Vancouver was kind of rainy, but we look to be in the clear, at least for the life of these ultra soft tires. So here we go inside row 1 and 2 for Falco. Now we only have a 5% charge to start off the race, but we have a 99% harvest ability, so our charge is going to go up tremendously. We're going to push as hard as we can as far as tires go, not the engine, but as far as tires go, for Falco and Lara to try to break clear from this pack and dictate the race. Now, I believe Partanen is part of that relegated team, so we shouldn't be really comparing ourselves to them. We just need to get as far out in front as we can from this pack and just use these ultra soft tires as much as we can. So the question is, do we split the super softs up and make a two-stop race? Maybe, depending on how our engine goes. We're going to have to play it by ear as far as what the pit stop strategy is going to look like with that particular set. So we're chewing through these ultra soft tires just like everybody else. Once we get closer to cooking the tires, we'll scale back a bit, but we are only pitting once for fuel. The big question is going to be the weather and whether or not we have to change to an intermediate tire or not. Partanen is running away with the field, but I'm feeling pretty good about Falco's pace. It's a shame he's not more excited to be here with his 3.1 and his utmost ability. We need him to be working a whole lot harder, especially sitting on the pole like he did. All right, looks like tires are starting to heat up. Let's scale back to a neutral run and see if we can preserve the life of these tires just a bit. Looks like Lara is struggling just a touch, but we're above the sponsor objective. Falco is running the fastest laps of his race in clean air, more importantly. That's what I was struggling with last season, was the inverted point standing, setting the qualifying order, the grid order. Poor Falco had to start in the back every single race. So with Falco out in front, it feels good to be in some clean air. Now, one thing I'm interested in seeing is how does Lara handle her tires? And it looks like Lara is handling her tires pretty well, all things considered. I know you can't get past Omura. How's the car condition? So far, so good for Falco, and Lara is hanging in nice and tough. We don't want to go burning the engine up just yet. Track is gripping up, and it looks like it will continue to grip up. We look like we may have a rain-free race here, ladies and gentlemen, which that would be awesomely cool. We've already lost 4 seconds to the leader, holding off Naito in third. I think overall, team-wise, we're the best team. Looks like Lara is struggling a bit and getting eaten up by those cars on soft tires. But that is okay. Omura has crashed. Yellow flag, Omura is out of it. The driver of the year last year has stuffed it into the fence. All right, so if we pit next time by, that'll be 10 laps and 10 laps on the tires. I want to stretch this out as much as I can. Once Falco gets in the 20s, I will have him do one more lap as hard as he can. So let's see if we can burn up these tires just a little bit more and go an extra lap. I'll keep Lara out. One extra lap on those tires. And Falco is going to get everything he can out of it here. And Falco will pit next time by. And we'll go ahead and put on our super soft tires. That's where we have our performance increase. As far as fuel goes, we'll top off at 21 laps, and that should be the only thing we have to do for fuel. And then Lara, you're just going to have to struggle a little bit. There isn't a big enough gap between Falco and Lara to really make it work, so that's why I'm keeping her out one extra lap so we don't stack them up. It's going to be on the struggle bus for old Lara, though, unfortunately. Now, nothing's wrong with the suspension. All right, Lara, go ahead and pit this time for your super soft tires. 18 laps to go. Let's put 21 in the tank. And let's focus on that suspension. 36 seconds for the gearbox. Let's just work on the suspension and hope the gearbox stays. I don't want to risk a fast pit stop. I think everyone else is going to have problems as well. So we just need to ride what we can out here. Yeah, I know you're churning through the tires, but that's fine. Just go neutral. See what those tires can do for you. Now, Lara, go ahead and push everything you got. She is surrounded by folks that need to pit as well. So she is basically on the same strategy as these folks. All right, looks good. Go back to an overtake, and let's see where Falco shakes out here. Passing everyone on pit road. Up to 12th on those tires. Lara should be okay fighting amongst those. I know the suspension is much better. We're definitely going to have to work on part reliability here in the coming weeks for sure. But yeah, if we can go to lap 18, 19, something like that, we can make one more stop. And if we can go even further for Lara, she might get those ultra soft tires and try to make up some ground. That might be fine. Go ahead and go neutral so you don't burn them up. Falco can actually push just a little bit more on those tires, stay within shouting distance. I'm surprised those leaders haven't pitted, but then again, they were on those softs and they're repairing as well. So we should make short work of them. Now, I don't believe Falco will have to pit this time, or at least repair. I mean, looking at his car, everything looks fine. We'll stretch it out. I think that's where we're going to make up the most time, is on cars that have to repair. But now we're strategized. One lap between Falco and Lara. And he's catching these guys pretty quick in 7th place. Let's go ahead and scale back to neutral. We want to keep pressure on, but we don't want to go blowing through these tires. Junot is not going to catch Falco, that is for sure. Eyes out of the mirror and out the windshield. And let's see if we can catch these guys here in the coming laps. We have a few laps to go until we're in ultra soft range. I think if it comes to it and we get to like lap 21 or so, then we can put on the ultras. I think these guys can't stretch it out to do ultras on all stops. They may do a multi-stop, like stop one more time and put on ultras, but we are close enough that if they do that, Falco will, at least will pass them. Lara might needed to do a ultra soft strategy the whole way through, but we'll see. A long way to go left in this race, and there's always cars that will fall out due to breakage, so we will keep an eye out for that. Looks like Lara is within shouting distance of these cars in front of her. Let's go ahead and push the tires just a little bit, see if she can make up some ground. She's got a good 10% on Falco. Should be good enough for one lap. In 12 laps to go, how is the rain? Rain is going to hold off, so we will definitely be on slicks the whole way, which makes my job a whole lot easier. We just have to focus on Falco passing Lei and Kaluza. Naito and Partinen are long gone, and we're going to make a pass here. One on pit road is repairing. That's where Falco is going to make up the most, I think, is not having shifting into clunk gear. Ignore there, Lara. Do what you can. We're not within the realm now. Man, that's going to be rough. I mean, she's hanging on beautifully. That is for sure. But she might have to pit. I think we're within range now. Yeah, we're passing 10 laps to go. I think she can make that work. Go ahead and pit this time for the last super softs. Fuel is not going to be an issue. Just fix that gearbox. And Dewey ride out the rest of the race. I mean, that's 11 seconds, 36 seconds, 47 seconds. That is a minute on pit road that we cannot afford to be sitting there. It's a shame that we can't do just a little bit. But I think that's going to have to be fine. And we'll risk a fast pit stop to shave off 5 seconds. We will indeed. So Falco will stay out just a bit. I don't think his parts are in the danger zone quite yet. We shouldn't have to do much, and there are some folks on pit road that have to repair a ton. I know your tire deg is bad, but that comes with the territory and fixing parts. So here we go. We're getting within the range that I think Falco can put on the Ultra Softs and be okay. So there we go. Good repair. There we go. So Lara is down and away on her last pit stop of the day. Gearbox should be fine. Lara can just push on through everything she's got. And Falco, go ahead and attack and pit this time. And we're putting you on those Ultra Softs. I hope they will last. Or do I go Super Softs? I mean, that's where the 15% advantage is. The gambler and me don't want to do it. Now, we can fix up one of these parts. But in 7 laps, is it going to be a factor? 25 seconds. 9 to 25. I think we can fix the suspension and hope the gearbox holds out. We'll do a risky pit stop as well. All right, the people behind us are pitting for repairs. That's good to see. Nope, your parts are fine. All right, we've got 14 seconds on these guys, 38 on the back. I'm going to make a decision here. We are indeed going to fix both of these parts. It may be 25 seconds, but we've got plenty of time to do it. So here we go. Hopefully our repair crew is on it. Car is jacked up. Here we go. Repairing. A long time on pit road. Lara may be coming around. So Falco is down and away. Came out in 8th. I mean, not bad. And he is passing some of these fools now. And he is on the best tires. So the race should play out. I mean, we should catch these guys on older tires for sure. We have Giuliani right behind us fighting. And I think overall we've got the better tires. Like, we've got the better setup here. We've got to make up 29 seconds. Naito has retired due to a shoddy car. Let's go ahead and scale back on Lara. And I hope the car lasts these 4 laps. Should be okay. So we'll make that pass there. I don't believe Falco will have to push. We'll just keep it. Now we'll just keep pushing. I think the tires should last us fairly well. So we just need some of these leaders to retire in front of us or have to repair or need a lengthy pit stop. That is what I'm hoping here. We should be taking chunks out of this lead, especially to the car in front of us. 6th place is about to break. Lara is hanging on in 10th like a champion. I know the fuel's piling up, but we can't afford to push it. Not yet. Partanen, the leader, has retired. That's good news for us. I think Falco can actually go to a high mode. Nope, ignore. You're good, Lara. Matter of fact, go low. Take care of your car, please. We want you to come around in 10th. And then you can actually push your tires as well. So Falco has chopped up this lead fairly well. Let's go ahead and go for broke for Falco. Get him as much as he can. We've got 3 retirees. And they did not pit. So Falco is going to be chasing these guys fairly quickly. So I don't know if we're going to come in on 3rd place or not. We're going to make the power though. And there's 3rd place. Can we get a podium finish in our first race? He's got the boost on. Nope. So we would have missed the podium. But not a bad finish. Falco in 4th, and Lara will come across the line in 8th after those part repairs. So overall, not a bad race indeed. That should be fairly good for the standings, especially since the winner, their team car crashed and finished dead last. So Team Nordhagen having a rough start. We expected Nordhagen to do well, but we also expected a lot of parts failures. So that should be a pretty good first race for us. I'm pretty stoked about that. So there we go, Falco on nearly the same strategy as the leader, same as Lara. Some people did space out the ultra softs. That is fine. Of course, we didn't break any rules in the first race of the season. And Falco with the pole position bonus, 2 extra points. Outstanding. So that is really good. So Falco is only 1 point out of the points lead. Lara is in 8th. And we are 3 points out of the lead for Vittorio Corsa, the Ferrari. Sounds good. That was pretty good indeed. And I'm glad we didn't take that sponsor bonus. It's only 400 grand, but we missed, we would have missed out on the $1.3 million. So I'm glad we made the right call in hindsight. Now, later in the season, I have no doubt we can dominate. Good driver morale. That is awesome. Lara's stats are improving. That's good. 1% improvement, 3% improvement. That's a lot better than Shen did. And she's actually got more potential than Falco. So, of course, the chairman is happy indeed. The $1.7 million. We lost that race, but I am not mad. Not mad at all. Sweet. So not a bad gig. Let's go ahead and take care of our day 1 emails. Because I know there's going to be a, hey, you did something bad and something happened. Okay, what happened here? All right, Azamizu on the rear jack. So I think we lost a tire changer or a jackman. That's what we lost. Are there any good rear jack? $13,000 per race, and that's a 16 on the rear jack. We'll pick you up, old son. 200 grand. But we will go ahead and swap the rear jack man out there. And pit crew is looking well rested. That is fine. Englehart beats rivals Vancouver to pole. Car condition, that's fine. Interview. Falco missed out on the podium. Falco's tough. He'll get there in time. So there we go. He's happy. Pit crew report. Nice. Our fastest pit stop was 11 seconds. We'll try to beat that. I think they will. But that is going to do it for me in this episode of Motorsport Manager, ladies and gentlemen. Next race is Dubai with a very low tire wear. So I think the super softs are going to be where we're going. Medium fuel burn, but engine, brakes, and rear spoiler is where we're looking. I'll continue working on the reliability of Falco's car, at least until he gets up to 80%, and then I will focus on Enrique's car. But that's going to do it for me. Like, share, and subscribe if you are so bold. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you in the next episode of Motorsport Manager. Take care.